Okay, in this video, I'd like to look at a different way to create an array. Like here we just defined the array by putting values in. But what I'd like to do now is I'd like to give the user a chance to input their own colors. So let's add here, I'm just going to add a paragraph. And inside that paragraph, we'll have an input element with an ID of color in. Type will just be text. And then maybe I will have a button element, ID submit, slash button. Okay, so we'll save that. So that gives me my input element. And what do I want to do here? I'm going to select this paragraph. Now styling, whatever, we'll see. Actually, I want to make that input, actually let's do this, input, let's go width 100%. Okay, and that just pushes the submit to the end. Well, maybe I don't want to do that. Let's go 80%. Sure, close enough. There are ways that we can make it, we could do like a flex box and try to make it fit exactly and stuff, but you know what, this will work for now. And actually okay, whatever. There is a better way to do this, but this isn't a CSS course. We're learning JavaScript. I just wanted this to be longer. Actually, you know what we're even going to do? I have a better idea. We're going to go 100%. I'm going to save that. We're going to get rid of this button. And it's just going to be when they hit enter. Okay, so save that. Right? They'll just type something and hit enter, and that'll be like hitting submit. Okay, good. All right. And the goal here is what I want them to do is red, green. Like they type in their own list of colors and then hit enter, and then that will be what our array is, and that's what's going to show up here. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. I should give some instructions maybe, whatever. Okay, so colors, I'm actually going to not have this line now. What I need now is an event listener. So let input element be assigned, what was it, color in, colors in, I always forget, color in. Okay, so I'm just going to select that element and have that as a variable. And then I'm going to do an event listener. We're going to listen for input elements.add event listener, key down, and we'll say this is going to be my submit handler. Function submit handler, like so. We'll define an event parameter here, and that gives me information about the event. Right? The event listener calls this function and gives me information that I can store inside of this parameter. And I'm looking for the enter key, which I'm pretty sure, well, let's just do console.log event.keycode. Pretty sure enter is 13. Okay, let's try that. So we'll hit refresh here, we'll go to our console, and now if I type in blah 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 and hit enter, enter is 13. Okay, good. So I can just say if event.keycode is equal to 13, let's tab things over properly. Then I want to, what do I want to do? Create array, create color array based on user input. So let input string be assigned input element dot value, and let's just console.log that input string just to make sure that's working. Okay, save that. Refresh. Red, comma, green. Enter. Awesome. Yellow. Okay, good. Okay, now what we can do is there is a wonderful command called split. and it takes a string. So if I go red, comma, green, comma, yellow, like that, and I go dot split, inside of here I can give a separator. And I want to give it the comma to say I want to split this string wherever there's a comma into an array. And you'll see it converted this string into an array, splitting it up by those commas. Okay, if I had done, I could do anything. If I do semicolon like that, I could go dot split, semicolon. Okay, we could do red, green, blue, dot split by the letter R. Right, so there's an empty string, and then ed, comma G, and then there's the R, and then een, comma blue. Anyway, that's weird. Okay, so what I'd like to do here is do that. I'm simply gonna say let colors be assigned input string dot split by a comma. So this colors should be that colors array, right? Maybe I'll do this colors array just to make it really clear. That colors is going to be an array because we took our string and we split it by commas to get it into an array. And then, you know what I want to do? I don't need this anymore. I'm going to turn this into a function, display colors. And we'll just take all of this code, which displays all the colors. The only difference is, once I create this array, I'm going to call display colors, and I'm going to pass in the colors array. And this will be, I'm just going to call this one colors, because that's what I have it named here. Okay, so I create the array here, then I pass that array into my function, and in my function I create this string, looking up all the values inside of that array, and then I output it to my container element. Boom, 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 this should work. So let's just make sure I got my HTML elements. When I click, when I hit a key on my input element, it runs this function. If it's enter, I get the value of my input element. I split that value, which is a string, into an array, and then I pass that array into this function that will display all the colors. I really hope this works. Okay, so, and there should be instructions, like I gotta go red, comma, it has to be comma separated with no spaces and stuff. Red, green, blue, enter, yes! Yellow, yes, and if I delete, enter, beautiful, purple, cyan, maroon, sky blue. I don't know if that's a thing. Oh, it might be a thing. I think there's an Alice White. You know what? It might be there. We just can't tell. Anyway, I don't know. There's all sorts of crazy color names. So that is working. Okay, so I'm creating, the key to this video was creating an array from a string, right? We take a string and we split that string by some sort of separator so that it turns that string into an array of values. Okay, I really hope that made sense. In the next one, we'll look at another way to create some arrays from user input again. But yeah, hopefully this made sense. So take care, and we'll see you in the next video.